Have you ever started your day thinking, why do I feel so tired already? And I haven't even done anything yet. You wake up, you make your coffee, maybe scroll through your phone or sit by the window, but instead of feeling refreshed, your body feels stiff, your mind feels foggy, and your energy practically gone by mid-morning. You're not alone. A lot of people over 60 experience that morning slump. And here's the thing, it's not just age. Yes, our bodies change, but it's often the little things we do or don't do each morning that quietly drain our energy and set us up for fatigue before the day even begins. The good news? These habits are fixable, and when you make just a few small changes to your morning routine, you'll be amazed at how much stronger, sharper, and more alive you feel. Today, we're going to talk about 4 common morning mistakes that many seniors make, often without even realizing it, and more importantly, how to fix them so you can stay energized all day long. Let's start with the first one because it's something most people do every single morning, and it's sabotaging their health right out of the gate. You wake up, you sit up in bed, maybe you swing your legs over the edge and stand up right away. Seems simple enough, right? But here's the mistake, getting out of bed too quickly. Now, I know it might sound harmless, but after 60, our blood pressure tends to fluctuate more. When you go from lying down to standing too fast, your blood can suddenly drop from your brain to your legs, causing lightheadedness, dizziness, or even falls. I can't tell you how many people I've spoken to who've had close calls. Some even landed in the ER just because they stood up too fast in the morning. And it's not just about falls. That sudden rush can trigger a stress response in your body. Your heart starts racing, your cortisol spikes, and boom, your day starts with tension instead of calm energy. So what can you do instead? Here's a simple fix. Take a slow, gentle approach to waking up. When you first open your eyes, give yourself a minute to just lie there. Take a few deep breaths. Roll your ankles and wrists. Gently stretch your arms over your head. Then, sit up slowly. Let your feet touch the floor and pause before you stand. This only adds about 60 seconds to your routine, but it gives your body the time it needs to adjust, safely, and without that stressful jolt. If you want to go a step further, keep a glass of water by your bedside. Take a few sips before you stand up. It helps jumpstart your circulation and gives your body a bit of hydration before you even get to the kitchen. Which brings us to the next big mistake, skipping water in the morning. I know. Most people reach for their coffee first. Some even say, I'm not thirsty when I wake up. But your body is. While you sleep, you lose water through your breath and sweat. Yes, even if you don't feel it. By the time you wake up, you're slightly dehydrated, and that alone can cause fatigue, brain fog, headaches, and even constipation. Coffee might give you that temporary boost, but it also dehydrates you further. It's like starting your day by draining your gas tank even faster. No wonder you feel sluggish by 10 a.m. The simple fix? Drink a full glass of water first thing in the morning, before your coffee. It doesn't have to be ice cold. In fact, lukewarm or room temperature water is easier on the stomach. Want to make it more enjoyable? Add a slice of lemon or a dash of sea salt for some extra minerals. Some people even warm up their water with a bit of fresh ginger or apple cider vinegar. It's a gentle way to wake up your digestive system and rehydrate your cells. You'll notice your energy picking up naturally within 15 to 20 minutes, and your digestion will all thank you too. Think of it this way. Your body is like a plant. If you don't water it in the morning, it starts to wilt. But give it what it needs early on, and it stands tall, alert, and ready to soak in the day. You deserve to feel that way every day, not just once in a while. And speaking of digestion, there's another common trap many seniors fall into during their morning routine, and it has to do with what's on your plate. But before we get into that, take a moment to check in with yourself. Have you noticed your mornings starting off slower than they used to? Have you caught yourself yawning or dragging your feet before noon, even if you slept through the night? It's okay. That feeling isn't permanent. You're not stuck with low energy. The changes we're talking about here are not about being younger. They're about being smarter with how we care for ourselves now. And it starts with the very first things you do after opening your eyes. We've looked at 2 major habits so far: how you get out of bed and what you drink first. Both of those set the tone for your body's rhythm, your energy, and even your mood. But we're not done yet. There's still another big one to cover, and it happens right in the kitchen. So there you are in the kitchen. Maybe the sun is peeking through the curtains, the coffee's brewing, and you're thinking about breakfast. Or maybe you're not. And that brings us to one of the most common mistakes people over 60 make in the morning. And it's a sneaky one: skipping breakfast or eating the wrong kind of breakfast. Now, before you say, "But I'm not hungry in the morning," let me explain. After a full night's rest, your body is essentially running on empty. Your brain, your muscles, even your mood, All of it needs fuel to function. And if you skip breakfast or grab something sugary and quick, like toast with jam or just a banana, you're setting yourself up for a mid-morning crash. You might feel okay at first, but within an hour or two, your energy starts to dip. You might feel jittery, foggy, or even irritable, and it's all because your blood sugar spiked and then dropped. For seniors, those ups and downs aren't just uncomfortable. They can be dangerous, especially if you have diabetes, low blood pressure, or balance issues. So what's the fix? It's not just about eating breakfast, it's about eating the right kind of breakfast. You want a breakfast that includes 3 simple things: protein, healthy fat, and fiber. That combination keeps your blood sugar stable and gives you steady energy all morning long. It doesn't have to be complicated. A boiled egg with half an avocado, Greek yogurt with chia seeds and berries, oatmeal with a spoonful of almond butter and some walnuts. If you're more of a savory breakfast person, try scrambled eggs with sautéed spinach and a small slice of whole grain toast. Not only is it delicious, but it's also packed with nutrients that support your muscles, brain, and gut, all essential for staying sharp and strong as you age. And let's talk for a second about cereal. A lot of people grew up with cereal as their go-to breakfast. It's fast, it's familiar, but most of it is loaded with sugar and does very little to actually fuel your body. Even the ones that say whole grain on the box are often more processed than you think. If it turns soggy in milk in under 30 seconds, it's not doing you many favors. The goal is not to be perfect. It's just to be more intentional. Your first meal of the day is like lighting the pilot light for your entire system. When you fuel your body properly in the morning, everything runs more smoothly. Your digestion, your focus, your mood, and yes, your energy. So let me ask you, when was the last time you finished breakfast and actually felt energized and satisfied? Instead of sluggish or hungry again 30 minutes later? That's the difference the right breakfast can make. And now, we come to a mistake that most people don't even realize is a mistake because it feels like rest. But in reality, it can be one of the fastest ways to feel old, tired, and stuck. I'm talking about staying too sedentary after waking up. You know how easy it is. You get up, maybe make breakfast, then sit down at the kitchen table or on the couch with the remote. You think, let me just take it easy this morning, or I'll move around later. But here's the problem. The longer you stay still after waking up, the harder it becomes to get moving later. It's not just in your head. Your joints stiffen up, your circulation slows down, your muscles start telling your brain, we're off duty today. And before you know it, that sluggish, heavy feeling becomes your baseline. The body thrives on motion, especially in the morning when everything needs a little help getting going. Now, I'm not saying you need to run laps around the block or jump into a full workout right away. This isn't about intensity. It's about intention. You just need to move. Gently, purposefully. Start with 5 to 10 minutes. You can do some light stretching right in your living room. Roll your shoulders, twist side to side, lift your knees a few times while holding onto a chair. If you like walking, step outside for a short stroll, even just around the backyard or up and down your driveway. This light movement signals your body, hey, we're awake. Let's get the blood flowing. It increases your oxygen levels, releases feel-good endorphins, and helps your joints warm up so you're less likely to feel aches and pains later on. If you like routine, you can even turn it into a morning ritual. Put on your favorite song and stretch while it plays. Walk around the house while you listen to the news or a podcast. Dance a little while you brush your teeth. Why not? The goal isn't to break a sweat. It's simple. Try to say to your body, we're not just surviving today, we're living. You'd be surprised how many aches and energy dips can be improved just by introducing 10 minutes of gentle movement into your morning. And the best part? Once it becomes a habit, your body will actually start craving it. So just to recap, not as a checklist, but as a shift in mindset, your morning doesn't have to be rushed, stiff, or sluggish. It can be slow, but still powerful, gentle, but energizing. With just a few small changes, like drinking water before coffee, choosing the right breakfast, and getting your body moving, you can feel more alert, more capable, and more in control of your day. Because you deserve to feel good, not just okay, but good. And you don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle to get there. You just need to know what small shifts make the biggest difference. And morning is the perfect place to start. Now, before we wrap up, there's one more morning mistake that's incredibly common, especially as we get older, and it doesn't have anything to do with what you're eating or how you're moving. This one's more subtle. It happens inside your head, quietly, but it can shape your entire day without you even realizing it. It's the mistake of starting your day with negative thoughts. You know the ones I'm talking about. You wake up and instead of thinking about what you can do today, your mind goes straight to what hurts, what you've lost, or what might go wrong. Maybe it's the stiffness in your back, or the loneliness of an empty house, or the thought of another day that feels routine. Sometimes it happens without a single word. It's just that heavy feeling, that quiet voice that whispers, "What's the point?" And let me say this clearly. There's nothing wrong with having those thoughts. We've all had them. Life brings challenges, and aging, as beautiful as it can be, also comes with changes that are real and sometimes painful. But here's the truth. How you start your mental day is just as important as how you start your physical day. Your thoughts are like seeds. Whatever you plant in the morning, you end up carrying with you all day. If you plant doubt, you'll carry hesitation. If you plant gratitude, you'll carry peace. If you plant purpose, even something small, you'll carry energy. So how do you shift those thoughts when your body is aching, or the news is bad, or you're just not feeling very hopeful? You start small. One sentence, one positive, true statement, out loud if you can. Maybe it's something like, "I'm thankful I woke up today," or "I'm still here, and I still matter." Or even just, "Let's see what I can do today." It doesn't have to be a full meditation. It doesn't need to be profound or poetic. It just needs to be true, and it needs to point you in a direction that feels better than where your thoughts might otherwise take you. Some people find it helpful to write down one thing they're looking forward to each morning, no matter how small: a walk, a phone call, a hot cup of tea. Others start their day by sitting quietly for a minute, breathing deeply, and setting a gentle intention like, "Today I'll be kind to myself," or "Today I'll move my body because I deserve to feel good." You don't need to change your entire mindset overnight, but if you can take just one moment before the TV goes on, before the phone rings, before your mind gets pulled in a dozen directions, to center yourself in something positive, you'll be amazed at the difference it makes. Because energy isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's mental. When you start your day by choosing hope over fear or gratitude over frustration, you create space for energy to rise naturally, not forced, not from caffeine or sugar, but from within you. So let's take a breath together, right now. Inhale slowly, hold it, and exhale. You're here, you're alive, and you still have so much to offer, no matter your age, no matter our aches, no matter your circumstances. Let's quickly reflect, not to repeat, but to remember. Maybe you start your morning a little too fast. Now you know how to slow it down and protect your balance. Maybe you've been skipping water. Now you've got a simple, refreshing way to hydrate and energize. Maybe breakfast hasn't been your strongest meal. Now you know how to power your body with what it truly needs. And maybe, just maybe, your thoughts in the morning haven't been your kindest companions. But now, you've got tools to turn that around too. And you don't have to do it all perfectly. In fact, don't even try. Just pick one of these things to focus on tomorrow morning. Maybe you start with the water, or maybe you pause for a few deep breaths before getting out of bed. That's how lasting change begins, with one small, doable step. Your energy is not gone. It's just waiting to be restored, with care, with intention, and with the belief that you still deserve to feel vibrant every single day. And now, I'd love to hear from you. What does your morning look like? Have you noticed any of these habits in your own routine? What's one small change you want to try starting tomorrow? Leave a comment below. I read everyone, and I truly love hearing your stories and insights. And if you found this helpful, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It helps more people like you find it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've got so many more practical, uplifting videos coming your way, all focused on helping you live your healthiest, happiest life after 60. Remember, you're not too old, it's not too late, and your energy is not behind you, it's inside you, ready to rise again. Here's to living your best life at any age. You've got this. I'll see you in the next video.